Hi everyone. My name is Selena. I'm 38 years old, and I live in the quiet suburbs of Atlanta, Georgia. Before all of this, I was a marketing executive. Married. Stable. Planning kids. I thought my life was finally lining up the way it was supposed to. One routine surgery was meant to fix my back pain. Instead, it destroyed my body and almost erased me. The doctor who did it thought I'd fade away quietly. He was wrong. I never imagined my story would become this. I always believed in the system, doctors, hospitals, the idea that if you follow the rules and trust the experts, everything will turn out okay. I grew up in a small town outside Atlanta, where people still waved at strangers and trusted their neighbors. That trust carried over into adulthood. When pain started disrupting my days, I didn't hesitate to seek help. I thought I was being responsible. Looking back, I see how naive that was. I had no idea how fragile everything could be. How one decision, one procedure, could rewrite your entire life. I didn't know that behind the white coats and diplomas, some people prioritize profit over patience. I didn't know that when things go wrong, the system often protects itself first. That realization came slowly, painfully, and it changed me forever. This story isn't just about what happened to me. It's about what happens when ordinary people are pushed too far. When the pain isn't just physical, but the injustice burns deeper. If you've ever felt powerless against someone in authority, this is for you. Stay with me, because what came next wasn't loud or dramatic. It was quiet, calculated, and unstoppable. Every time I close my eyes, I relive the hope I felt before it all crumbled. The dreams of a family, the simple joys of a pain-free day. That innocence feels like a distant memory now, replaced by a fire that refuses to dim. The betrayal cut deep, leaving scars not just on my body, but on my soul, fueling a resolve I never knew I had. I carried that weight alone for so long, the loneliness amplifying every ache. But sharing this now feels like releasing a breath I've held for years, a way to connect with others who've walked similar paths of despair. It's terrifying to bear my vulnerabilities, yet empowering, knowing my words might spark hope in someone else's darkness. In those quiet moments of reflection, I wonder about the what-ifs. What if I'd chosen a different doctor? What if I'd listened to my instincts? The regret stings, but it's mingled with gratitude for the strength I've discovered. This journey has taught me that true healing begins when you reclaim your narrative, turning pain into purpose. The sheer terror of losing control over my own body still haunts my nightmares, a visceral reminder of vulnerability. I remember the nights I lay awake, sobbing silently, questioning if I'd ever feel whole again. That raw desperation clawed at my heart, transforming into an unquenchable thirst for justice. Deep within, a storm raged, waves of fury crashing against waves of sorrow, each one eroding the trust one once held sacred. The doctor's indifference ignited a blaze in my chest, a burning need to expose the truth, no matter the cost to my already shattered spirit. As I speak these words, my voice trembles with the intensity of those buried emotions resurfacing. The pain was not just physical, it was a soul-deep wound, festering with betrayal and helplessness, demanding to be avenged. The betrayal felt personal, as if the universe had singled me out for punishment. I replayed every reassuring word from Dr. Lang, each one now a lie that mocked my faith in medicine. That mockery turned my grief into something sharper, a blade I would later wield. I remember staring at old photos, smiling at weddings, running in parks, wondering who that carefree woman was. The disconnect was agonizing, like mourning my own death while still breathing. It forced me to confront how deeply I had trusted, and how violently that trust had been shattered. If you've ever been dismissed, underestimated, or hurt by someone in power, stay with me. Hit like, subscribe, and listen closely. This isn't loud revenge. This is the kind that ruins lives quietly. If you've ever had your pain ignored, your concerns brushed off, or been told it's all in your head, you'll understand why I couldn't let this go. This isn't a story of instant karma. It's about patience, strategy, and the slow erosion of someone's empire. It took years, but every step was worth it. I'm sharing this because too many people suffer in silence. They accept what happens to them, sign the NDAs, take the small settlement, and disappear. I refuse to disappear. I want you to know that even when the deck feels stacked against you, there are ways to fight back. Legally, ethically, and effectively. So settle in, turn up the volume, and let me take you through every detail. Because when the system fails, sometimes the only justice left is the one you create yourself. The fear of speaking out gripped me for months, whispering doubts about whether anyone would believe me or care. But the anger, that raw, unfiltered rage at being reduced to a broken shell, overpowered it. It became my fuel, transforming vulnerability into a shield. Each tear I shed in solitude built my resolve, a quiet storm gathering strength. I want you to feel that same empowerment, to know that your pain isn't a weakness. It's a weapon waiting to be wielded. This story is my testament to that truth. As I narrate this, my heart races with the memories, the highs of victory mingled with the lows of loss. It's emotional, yes, but it's real. Join me in this journey, and perhaps you'll find pieces of your own story reflected back, offering solace and inspiration. The intensity of my fury still simmers beneath the surface, a constant reminder of the injustice that nearly destroyed me. I channel it now into this tale, hoping it resonates with your own hidden battles, igniting a spark of defiance in your soul. Imagine the crushing weight of betrayal, the suffocating despair that follows. Yet from that abyss, rising with a vengeance that shakes the foundations of power. That's the emotional core here, raw and unrelenting. Your heart might ache as mine does, reliving these moments, but know that from such pain comes unbreakable strength. Subscribe and let's walk this path together, turning our shared wounds into weapons of change. The more I spoke my truth, the less power the shame held over me. Each word felt like reclaiming a piece of myself that had been stolen. I hope this narration does the same for you. Turn silent suffering into spoken power. Before the surgery, my life looked normal from the outside. Good job, decent money, a husband who made coffee every morning and kissed my forehead before work. Marcus and I lived in a calm neighborhood outside Atlanta. Tree-lined streets, friendly neighbors, the kind of place where nothing dramatic ever seemed to happen. But my back pain was always there. First it was stiffness, then burning, then pain so sharp it stole my breath during meetings. Years at a desk had finally caught up with me. When my primary care doctor referred me to Dr. Victor Lang, I felt relieved. Lang wasn't just any surgeon. He was respected. Private clinic, awards on the wall, confident smile. He barely glanced at my MRI before saying, "This is routine, spinal fusion. You'll feel better than ever." I remember laughing nervously. Ever? He smiled. "Marathons if you want." I trusted him. That was my mistake. I remember those early mornings in our cozy kitchen, sunlight streaming through the windows as Marcus handed me my coffee mug. We'd talk about weekend plans, maybe a hike in the nearby Appalachian trails or just binge-watching shows on the couch. Life felt balanced, like we were building something solid. My job at the marketing firm was demanding, but I loved the creativity, pitching ideas to clients and seeing campaigns come to life. I even had a promotion on the horizon, which would mean more stability for the family we dreamed of starting soon. The back pain started subtly, like a whisper that grew into a scream. It began with long hours at my desk, typing away on reports and designs, but soon it invaded everything. Driving to work became a chore. Even sitting through a casual dinner with friends left me wincing. I tried yoga classes in Midtown Atlanta, chiropractors, and over-the-counter meds, but nothing stuck. My doctor finally suggested imaging, and the MRI revealed disc issues that needed surgical intervention. That's when Dr. Lang entered the picture, recommended as the best in the region for spinal work. Meeting him felt like a turning point. His office was sleek, with modern art on the walls and testimonials from satisfied patients framed neatly. He exuded that calm authority doctors often have, making me feel like I was in capable hands. We discussed the procedure in detail, or so I thought. He downplayed the risks, focusing on success stories. I left that appointment optimistic, sharing the good news with Marcus over dinner that night. Little did I know that trust would soon shatter everything I held dear. I even remember booking the surgery date with excitement. We planned a short getaway afterward to celebrate my recovery. Marcus and I talked about how we'd finally start trying for a baby once I was healed. Everything felt like it was falling into place. The future looked bright. I had no idea how quickly it could all be taken away. The joy in those days was palpable. The laughter shared with friends, the quiet evenings wrapped in Marcus's arms, dreaming of baby names. I felt invincible, like nothing could derail our perfect little world. That innocence now haunts me, a bittersweet reminder of what was lost. Deep down, there were flickers of doubt, moments when the pain made me question if I was pushing too hard. But hope drowned them out, a warm blanket against the creeping fear. I clung to the vision of a pain-free life, not realizing the cost it would exact on my spirit. In retrospect, those pre-surgery weeks were filled with unappreciated bliss. The simple act of walking without wincing, hugging Marcus without flinching. The emotional high of anticipation masked the storm ahead, leaving me vulnerable to the heartbreak that followed. The warmth of those memories now brings tears, a stark contrast to the cold void that followed. I cherished every unburdened step, every carefree laugh, unaware that they were the last echoes of my unbroken self. My heart swelled with love for Marcus, our future painted in vibrant hues of happiness. The pain was a mere shadow then, not the monster it would become, devouring my dreams with ruthless hunger. The illusion of security wrapped around me like a comforting embrace, only to be ripped away, leaving me exposed and raw. That naive optimism fuels my current rage, a reminder of innocence betrayed. I can still smell the fresh coffee and hear Marcus humming as he poured it. Those small rituals, now sacred relics of a life I can never fully return to. They remind me how quickly normalcy can vanish. Every plan we made, vacations, nursery colors, career milestones, felt so certain, so deserved. The shattering of those certainties left a void that echoed with what-ifs and self-blame. The doctor's confident promise became the cruelest irony. I replay it in my mind like a broken record, each repetition deepening the wound and sharpening my determination to make him pay for every false word. The operating room was bright and freezing. The nurse squeezed my hand. Count back from 10. I never made it past 7. When I woke up, something felt wrong immediately. My legs were heavy, numb. Pain pulsed through my spine like electricity. I tried to move. Nothing happened. The nurse said my vitals were fine. I said I couldn't feel my legs. The scans came hours later. Then silence. Then the truth. The screws were misplaced. Nerves damaged. Permanent spinal cord compression. I wasn't just injured. I was changed forever. Dr. Lang stood at the foot of my bed, arms crossed. "This can happen," he said. "It's inflammation. Give it time." He didn't apologize. He didn't explain. He left. The pre-op nerves hit me hard that morning. I arrived at the clinic early, Marcus by my side, holding my hand in the waiting room. The staff was efficient, wheeling me in after a quick 4 insertion. I recall the sterile smell of antiseptic and the hum of machines as they prepped me. The anesthesiologist joked lightly to ease my tension, but my mind raced with thoughts of recovery, how I'd be back at work in weeks, stronger than before. As the mask came over my face, I whispered a silent prayer for everything to go smoothly. Waking in recovery was a blur of confusion and terror. The fog from anesthesia lifted slowly, but the numbness in my lower body persisted. I called out to the nurses, my voice weak and panicked. They assured me it was normal swelling, but deep down I knew it wasn't. Hours dragged on as I waited for results, staring at the beige hospital walls, my mind spiraling. Marcus paced outside, his face pale when he finally came in. The doctor's brief visit only amplified the dread. His detached tone made me feel like a statistic rather than a person. The diagnosis hit like a freight train. Misplaced hardware had compressed my spinal cord, causing irreversible damage. I lay there, tears streaming, as specialists explained terms like paraparesis and neuropathic pain. The room spun, my future flashed before me. Wheelchairs, therapy, a life redefined. Dr. Lang's dismissal stung the most. He avoided eye contact, muttering about rare complications without a hint of remorse. That moment ignited a spark of anger amid the despair, one that would fuel me later. I spent the next few days in the hospital in a haze of pain meds and disbelief. Nurses came and went, but no one from Dr. Lang's team followed up. Marcus slept in a chair beside me, refusing to leave. When they finally discharged me, I was sent home with a stack of prescriptions and a vague promise of follow-up appointments. I remember the car ride home, silent, tears rolling down my face as the Atlanta skyline blurred past. That was the beginning of the long, dark road ahead. The terror of that awakening still grips my heart. The sheer panic of a body betraying me, the helplessness washing over like a tidal wave. I felt utterly alone in that moment, a profound isolation that pierced my soul deeper than any scalpel. Anger bubbled beneath the surface, mixed with overwhelming grief for the life slipping away. Why me? The question echoed endlessly, fueling a despair that threatened to consume me whole. Marcus's worried eyes mirrored my fear, amplifying the emotional turmoil. Even now, recounting this, my voice trembles with the raw emotion of that day, the betrayal not just of my body, but of the trust one placed in hands that failed me. It was a shattering of illusions, leaving me raw and exposed, forever altered. The sterile coldness of the room mirrored the ice forming in my veins, a chilling dread that froze my dreams in an instant. Screams echoed in my mind, unspoken, as the reality sunk in like a dagger to the heart. My soul screamed in agony, the physical pain paling against the emotional devastation of knowing my life was irrevocably broken. Tears became my constant companion, a river of sorrow for the woman I lost that day. The doctor's callous words replayed like a tormenting loop, each repetition stoking the flames of rage within my fractured spirit. In that vulnerability, a seed of vengeance took root, promising retribution amid the chaos of grief. The silence after the diagnosis was deafening, heavier than any pain. It was the sound of hope dying, of futures erased in a single careless cut. I clung to Marcus's hand like a lifeline, but even his touch felt distant, as if I were already drifting away from the world I once knew. Every breath in that hospital bed felt like an accusation. Why did I trust so blindly? The self-doubt was as crippling as the nerve damage, twisting the knife deeper into my psyche. Time didn't fix anything. I couldn't sit without pain, couldn't walk without help, lost bladder control, lost dignity. My career ended quietly. Emails stopped, projects reassigned. No one said it out loud, but I was done. Marcus tried to be strong. I watched him learn how to help me dress, help me shower, help me stand. I hated what my body had become. Then the bills came, and the depression, and the isolation. When I pushed Lang for answers, he got defensive, suggested anxiety, suggested stress. One nurse whispered to me, "Be careful pushing him." That's when I started searching online. The first few weeks home were a nightmare of adjustments. Our once comfortable house felt like a prison. Stairs I couldn't climb, bathrooms that needed modifications. Physical therapy sessions in Atlanta's humid summers left me exhausted and frustrated. Progress measured in inches rather than strides. Friends visited at first, bringing casseroles and sympathy, but their calls dwindled as my condition lingered. I felt invisible, a shadow of the vibrant woman who'd led team meetings and danced at weddings. Financially, it crushed us. Medical bills flooded in, co-pays for specialists, equipment like walkers and ramps, lost income from my job. My employer was understanding initially, offering remote work, but soon the accommodations weren't enough. I resigned, watching my professional identity slip away. Marcus picked up extra shifts, his eyes heavy with worry. Our intimate moments turned clinical. The emotional toll strained our bond, leading to quiet arguments born from exhaustion and fear. Isolation bred darkness. Depression wrapped around me like a fog, days blending into nights of staring at ceilings, questioning why this happened. When I confronted Dr. Lang in follow-ups, his gaslighting deepened the wound. He prescribed antidepressants, implying my pain was mental. That nurse's warning, whispered in a hallway, hinted at his influence and the clinic's protective walls. It was the catalyst. Late nights, propped up in bed, I dove into online research, uncovering threads of similar horror stories that mirrored my own. I started keeping a journal, dates, symptoms, every interaction with the doctor. It became my anchor when everything else felt like it was slipping away. The more I read, the more I realized I wasn't alone. There were others out there suffering in silence just like me, and that knowledge planted the first real seed of determination. I wasn't going to fade away. I was going to fight. The shame of dependency gnawed at me, each assisted step a reminder of my fragility, tearing at my self-worth. Tears flowed freely in private, a release for the grief of lost independence. The woman I once was now a ghost. Guilt burdened my heart, seeing Marcus's sacrifices, his love tested by my needs. Our shared dreams faded, replaced by survival, straining our connection with unspoken resentments and fears. Yet amid the despair, a flicker of resilience emerged, born from the depths of sorrow. The emotional void became a crucible, forging a determination to reclaim what was stolen, turning heartache into unyielding purpose. The endless nights of agony amplified my isolation, each throb a cruel whisper of defeat. My spirit fractured, pieces scattered in the wind of despair. Yet somehow I began to gather them, fueled by simmering rage. The doctor's gaslighting ignited explosions of fury within me, his words like poison arrows piercing my already wounded soul. I screamed into pillows, the sound muffled but the emotion raw, a cathartic release of pent-up betrayal. In the depths of depression, suicidal thoughts flickered like shadows, but Marcus's gentle touch pulled me back, his love a lifeline in the abyss. That vulnerability deepened my resolve, transforming grief into a blazing quest for accountability. The financial avalanche buried us deeper each month, each bill a fresh stab of humiliation. I felt like a burden, my worth reduced to medical expenses and lost wages. Watching Marcus age overnight from worry broke me more than the surgery ever could. His forced smiles, his hidden tears, they carved new wounds in my heart, fueling a hatred for the man who caused this suffering. The nurse's quiet warning echoed like a prophecy. It was the first crack in the wall of silence, the moment I realized protection went both ways, and I could use it against him. I found forums, hidden posts, anonymous usernames, women just like me. Same surgery, same complications, same doctor. Sarah, a teacher who lost mobility. Mia, a nurse who could no longer stand for shifts. Rebecca, marriage destroyed under chronic pain. Every story sounded like mine. Lang's name kept appearing, but nothing ever stuck. Settlements. Indeed. Silence. That's when something inside me hardened. If the system wouldn't stop him, I would. Scrolling through those forums felt like finding a secret society of the broken. Late into the night, under the glow of my screen, I read post after post. Women detailing botched procedures, dismissed complaints, lives upended. One thread in particular stood out. A group from Georgia sharing timelines that overlapped with mine. It was eerie how the details aligned. Rushed consultations, post-op denials, and a pattern of negligence hidden behind prestige. Connecting with Sarah was my first real breakthrough. She was a high school teacher from nearby Decatur, her mobility stolen after a similar fusion. We messaged privately, her words a mirror to my pain. The frustration of canceled lesson plans, the stares from students. Mia, a nurse from the city, added her voice. Ironic how someone in healthcare felt betrayed by it. Rebecca's story hit hardest. Her marriage crumbled under the weight of chronic issues, echoing my fears with Marcus. As more names emerged, the web of Lang's victims grew. NDAs muffled many, but whispers escaped. Settlements that bought silence but not healing. I compiled notes, realizing this wasn't isolated. It was systemic. The anger that had simmered turned to resolve. If the medical board and courts moved like molasses, I'd accelerate things. No more fading into obscurity. I'd ensure he couldn't hurt anyone else. I began reaching out carefully, using private messages and encrypted apps. We started a small group chat, 4 of us at first, sharing documents, timelines, and frustrations. It wasn't just about venting, it was about building a case. Each new story added weight to the truth we were uncovering. For the first time in months, I didn't feel powerless. I felt like I had allies. The relief of connection washed over me, tears of solidarity replacing those of isolation. Hearing their voices, so like mine, mended fractures in my spirit, igniting a shared fury that bound us. Empathy deepened my resolve, their pains echoing my own, fueling a maternal protectiveness. We weren't just victims. We were warriors, our collective heartache transforming into a powerful force for change. In those exchanges, hope rekindled, a fragile flame amid the darkness. The emotional bond we formed became my lifeline, turning personal agony into a communal quest for justice and healing. The stories poured out like a torrent, each one a dagger to my heart, amplifying my own suffering while forging unbreakable solidarity. We cried together in virtual spaces, our shared tears a balm for wounded souls. Rage united us, a collective inferno burning away the isolation, replacing it with a fierce camaraderie. Their resilience mirrored mine, inspiring a deeper commitment to dismantle the monster who hurt us all. As the group grew, so did my emotional armor, layered with empathy and determination. No longer alone, I felt a surge of power, our united voices a symphony of defiance against the silence imposed upon us. Hearing Sarah describe losing her classroom felt like losing my own career all over again. The shared grief bound us tighter than blood ever could. Mia's stories of hospital betrayal hit especially hard. She had once trusted the very system that now failed her, mirroring my own shattered faith. Rebecca's broken marriage story forced me to confront my fears with Marcus head-on, turning private terror into collective strength. I stopped thinking like a patient. I started thinking like an investigator. Burner emails, VPNs, fake names. Every night, I sat in the dark living room, laptop glowing, pain radiating through my spine. I tracked surgery dates, compared operative notes, cross-referenced billing codes, Lang rushed procedures, skipped imaging checks, double-booked surgeries. Then I learned about the National Practitioner Data Bank, malpractice payouts, hidden patterns, and then a message. A former surgical nurse. She quit after watching Lang cut corners. She was terrified, but angry. She sent emails, internal notes, proof he knew the risks. He just didn't care. Adopting anonymity was liberating. I set up secure accounts, learning about digital footprints from online tutorials. Nights blurred as I pored over public records, my back aching but my focus sharp. Marcus worried about my obsession, but he saw the fire it reignited in me. Purpose amid the chaos. I cross-checked patient stories with hospital logs, spotting inconsistencies in Lang's scheduling that screamed negligence. The National Practitioner Data Bank was a goldmine, though accessing it required persistence. Hidden reports of payouts revealed a trail of quiet resolutions, each one a life altered. I filed Freedom of Information requests, piecing together a mosaic of harm. Then came the nurse's outreach. Anonymous at first, her message a beacon. She'd witnessed rushed pre-ops, ignored protocols, all for profit. Her evidence was damning. Emails debating risks versus revenue. Building alliances felt risky but empowering. We exchanged encrypted files, her insights filling gaps in my database. She described Lang's arrogance in the shortcuts that endangered lives. This wasn't just my fight anymore, it was ours. With proof in hand, I planned the next steps meticulously, knowing one slip could unravel everything. The shadows became my ally, turning vulnerability into strength. I also started documenting everything, every email, every call, every piece of evidence, in a secure cloud folder. I learned how to redact documents properly, how to timestamp entries, how to make everything court-ready. It was exhausting work, but it gave me control when so much had been taken from me. Slowly, the pieces began to form a clear picture, a pattern of negligence that could no longer be ignored. The thrill of discovery mingled with fear, my pulse racing with each revelation, a mix of exhilaration and dread. Anonymity cloaked me, but the emotional exposure of delving into others' traumas stirred deep empathy and rage. Sleepless nights amplified my isolation, yet the pursuit became a catharsis, channeling grief into action. Marcus's concern touched me, his love a steady anchor amid the storm of my newfound obsession. As evidence mounted, a sense of empowerment surged, healing old wounds with purpose. The emotional weight of responsibility, for myself, for others, fueled my vigilance, turning shadows into a sanctuary of strength. The nurse's words hit like a thunderbolt, her anger mirroring my own, forging an instant bond of shared outrage. Tears streamed as I read her accounts, the horror relived through her eyes, intensifying my resolve. Each uncovered lie fueled a volcanic fury, my heart pounding with the injustice, transforming passive suffering into active rebellion. The pain in my spine paled against the ache in my soul, demanding retribution. In the dead of night, doubt assailed me, but visions of ruined lives banished it, replacing fear with a steely determination. This invisible war became my salvation, mending my fractured spirit piece by painstaking piece. Every new document felt like reclaiming stolen dignity, each email a step toward balancing the scales that had tipped so cruelly against us. Marcus would sometimes sit silently beside me, his presence a quiet encouragement. His belief in me when I doubted myself most kept the flame burning through the exhaustion. The nurse's final message, "Make him pay for all of us," became my mantra, a vow etched into my heart with unbreakable ink. I didn't release everything at once. I leaked slowly, carefully. Medical board, insurance regulators, investigative journalists, each packet anonymous, each one undeniable. Then reviews appeared. Not angry, not defamatory, just facts. Patients canceled appointments. Lang's clinic panicked. An investigation opened. The insurer froze coverage. Partners distanced themselves. And Lang still had no idea who was behind it. The leak started small like drips eroding stone. I sent anonymized packets to the Georgia Medical Board, highlighting patterns without revealing sources. Follow-ups to state insurance overseers pointed to billing fraud, overcharges for unperformed services. Journalists were trickier. I targeted those with healthcare beats, providing just enough to hook them without exposure. Each drop built momentum. My nights filled with careful redactions and encrypted sends. Online reviews were a subtle weapon. I encouraged victims to post factual accounts, dates, symptoms, outcomes, phrased neutrally to evade libel. Sites like Yelp and Healthgrades filled with echoes of our stories, eroding Lang's pristine rating. Cancellations followed. Whispers in Atlanta's medical community spread doubt. The clinic's response was frantic PR statements, but the damage seeped in. The official probes accelerated everything. The board's investigation unearthed more complaints, while insurers threatened to pull support amid rising claims. Partners, sensing liability, began withdrawing, fracturing Lang's empire. He remained clueless, perhaps attributing it to bad luck. But I knew better. This was engineered downfall piece by piece, from the anonymity I'd mastered. I watched the numbers, appointment slots going empty, online ratings dropping, news mentions starting to appear. It was slow, but it was working. Every canceled surgery felt like a small victory. I never gloated. I just kept pushing quietly, relentlessly, until the pressure became impossible to ignore. Anticipation built with each leak, my pulse racing with a blend of fear and vindication. The emotional high of watching cracks form was intoxicating. A balm for the years of suffering endured. Doubt crept in during quiet hours, questioning if I'd gone too far. But the memory of pain silenced it. Empathy for future victims drove me, their potential agony a haunting motivator in my quest. As the web tightened, a profound sense of justice swelled, tears of relief mixing with the sweat of effort. This wasn't mere revenge, it was redemption. Emotionally charged and deeply personal. The thrill of sabotage coursed through my veins, a dark satisfaction blooming with every setback he faced. My heart sang with vicious joy, the tables turning in a symphony of calculated destruction. Fear of discovery gnawed at my edges, but the righteous fury overpowered it, a tidal wave of emotion propelling me forward. Each step was a strike against the man who stole my life, reclaiming power with every leak. The emotional crescendo built, a mix of exhilaration and terror, as his empire trembled. In those moments I felt alive again, the pain transmuted into purpose, fueling an unstoppable force of reckoning. Watching the first major article drop felt like the first real breath after drowning, sweet, sharp, victorious. It was proof that shadows could strike back. The slow unraveling gave me time to savor each small collapse, each one a repayment for nights of agony and days of humiliation. Knowing he slept soundly while we suffered no longer, my quiet campaign ensured his nights would soon be filled with the same dread we had endured. The class action came together quietly. Discovery forced records into the light. The settlement was massive. No NDA strong enough to silence us. Lang lost hospital privileges. License restrictions followed. His clinics collapsed. I watched a news segment from my couch. Lang sat stiffly behind a podium. The smile was gone. For the first time since my surgery, I felt something loosen in my chest. Relief. Coordinating the class action was a masterclass in unity. We gathered via secure video calls, lawyers vetting our evidence. Discovery phase was brutal for Lang. Subpoenas pulled buried emails, notes, and logs exposing the rot. Our group grew, more victims emerging from silence, strengthening our case. The courtroom battles were tense, but the weight of proof was overwhelming. The settlement day marked victory. Millions distributed, but more importantly, no sweeping NDAs. Clauses allowed public discussion. Lang's privileges vanished overnight. Hospitals severed ties to avoid scandal. License hearings imposed strict limits, curtailing his practice. His clinic chain, once thriving, shuttered locations amid lawsuits and lost revenue. Watching that news clip was surreal. Lang's press conference, his face etched with defeat, contrasted his former swagger. No apologies, just deflections, but the damage was done. In my living room, surrounded by family, a knot of tension I'd carried for years finally unraveled. It wasn't full restoration, but it was justice, quiet, thorough, and profoundly satisfying. I remember sitting there, tears in my eyes, not from pain but from release. Marcus hugged me tightly. Our daughter, still a baby at the time, crawled over and patted my knee. In that moment, I realized I had reclaimed something more valuable than my old life. My voice, my power, and the ability to protect others. The catharsis was overwhelming. Waves of emotion crashing. Joy, sorrow, triumph. Seeing Lang's empire crumble healed parts of me I thought irreparable. A sweet vindication laced with bittersweet reflection. Gratitude filled my heart for the allies who stood with me, their courage mirroring mine. The shared victory deepened our bonds, turning strangers into family forged in the fire of adversity. In the aftermath, a quiet peace settled, the emotional storm subsiding into calm. It was a testament to resilience, proving that from the depths of despair, one can rise to deliver justice with unyielding grace. The sight of his defeated eyes on screen sent shivers of ecstasy through me, a euphoric rush of long-awaited payback. My heart pounded with savage delight, the years of torment avenged in that single, shattering moment. Tears cascaded like a cleansing flood, washing away the accumulated grief, leaving behind a purified soul ready to embrace the light. Marcus's embrace enveloped me in warmth, our love reignited amid the ruins of my enemy. The emotional release was profound, a dam bursting, flooding me with hope renewed. No longer chained by pain's shadow, I soared on wings of triumph, forever changed by the fire of my own making. I never got my old life back. Some days I still use a walker. Pain is permanent, but I rebuilt. Marcus stayed. We adopted a child. I started a nonprofit to help patients fight back. My revenge wasn't loud. It wasn't violent. It was patient, precise, inevitable. Rebuilding took time, brick by painful brick. Therapy helped manage the physical limits, but emotional scars lingered. Bad days still come, when pain flares or memories surface, but I've adapted, finding new rhythms in daily life. Marcus's unwavering support was my anchor. Our bond, tested by fire, emerged stronger. Adopting our daughter brought light, her laughter filling rooms once heavy with silence. The nonprofit became my legacy. We guide victims through complaints, connect them with resources, and advocate for reforms. Speaking at events in Atlanta, sharing my story empowers others. It's turned personal tragedy into collective strength, preventing future harms. Looking back, the journey reshaped me. Not just broken, but resilient. Reflection brings clarity. Revenge isn't about destruction alone, but reclamation. Mine was methodical, born from necessity, ensuring accountability. In a world quick to dismiss the vulnerable, quiet persistence can topple giants. I found peace not in erasure of pain, but in purpose forged from it. I often think about the women who came before me, the ones who settled quietly, who never spoke up. I honor them by continuing this work. And I hope that anyone listening who's been hurt, dismissed, or betrayed knows this. You are not powerless. You are not alone. And sometimes the quietest fight is the most powerful one. The journey's scars remain, but they tell a story of triumph, each one a badge of emotional endurance. Holding my daughter, I feel a profound joy, a love that mends the fractures left by betrayal. Gratitude for Marcus's steadfast love overwhelms me, our renewed intimacy a testament to enduring partnership. His presence reminds me that even in darkness, light persists, nurturing hope. Reflecting on it all, I embrace the complexity of emotions. Anger transmuted into advocacy, sorrow into empathy. This path has gifted me wisdom, a deeper appreciation for life's fragility and the power of the human spirit. The nonprofit's impact stirs my soul. Each helped victim a mirror of my healing, amplifying the emotional victory. Their gratitude echoes my own, a cycle of empowerment born from shared pain. Bad days still assail me, waves of despair crashing, but I rise each time, fortified by the fire of survival. The pain lingers, a constant companion, yet it no longer defines me, it propels me. In quiet reflection, tears of catharsis fall, honoring the broken girl who became a warrior. This story, my story, is a beacon for the wounded, illuminating paths from darkness to defiant light. If this story stayed with you, hit like. Subscribe for more real stories of quiet justice. And tell me in the comments, what's the most satisfying revenge you've ever seen? Sharing this has been cathartic, reliving the pain but also the victories that emerged from it. Your engagement means the world, validating the emotional labor of bearing my soul. In the comments, let's connect. Share your stories, your triumphs over adversity. Together, we amplify voices that deserve to be heard, fostering a community of resilience. Thank you for listening. Your support fuels my ongoing mission. Until next time, remember, strength often whispers before it roars. Stay empowered. The intensity of this tale lingers in my heart, a testament to the raw power of human emotion. Let it stir something in you, a call to action against your own injustices. Your likes and subs are more than metrics. They're affirmations of shared humanity, binding us in emotional solidarity against the indifferent. Comment below with your own tales of quiet triumph. Let's weave a tapestry of inspiration, each thread a strand of unyielding spirit. We'll meet again soon with a brand new story. Take care until then, and thank you for being here. Your support truly makes a difference. See you soon.